Proceedings of the Cognitive Neuroscience Master of the Radboud University, in short, CNS Journal, is the student journal of the Cognitive Neuroscience Master program at the Radboud University.
The journal is a group effort. We have different subgroups that do different jobs throughout the year.
Our CNS Journal is the very first one in the entire Netherlands that works like this.
Over and above the coursework that you do here as a CNS student, being involved in the journal and that is actually going to be published, I think it's a very valuable experience for students.
I decided to join the CNS Journal team because, first of all, I thought it would be a great opportunity to meet new people. Certainly at the beginning of the year, you don't know anyone, and this is just a group that you then already have, basically.
When I first heard about the journal, I thought it was a really interesting idea to have a student-led journal. I felt like everyone was joining it, so it was kind of a social thing as well.
I chose to be in the journal because I wanted to do something next to my studies.
The idea is really cool to start working on scientific articles, from the get-go, from the very beginning of my program. I very much want an understanding of the process of developing an article.
So people are actually able to see the journal process, and I think that's really good for a research master because, well, we are probably going to aim to be somewhere in this publishing pipeline at some point in our career.
From scratch, from start to finish, the students do everything by themselves. I think that is the most strong point of the journal.
Actually, the first ever issue was published in 2006. And this means that our journal was run completely by students on their own for already 14 years. It's quite incredible to think of.
You can learn some interesting insight, not only of how the academic world works, which is pretty useful, but how to teamwork in a different way, which, at least for me, I wasn't that used to.
So I think what I learned most from joining the CNS Journal is actually communicating with people. I think it's really nice to see how people get excited about the journal, about the launch party.
I definitely think that joining the journal helps you write a better thesis as well, because you learn by experience, you see what people before you have done.
It's very important to highlight the fact that all students have different backgrounds. So we are always working with biologists, computer scientists, psychologists all together.
Many people can work together and doing different things, and in the end, you have a pretty amazing outcome.
The best advice that I could give for people who are wanting to join is just don't be afraid.
Don't stress out about everything because you're in this with other people. It's not like you have to do everything. You can count on the others in your team as well. You can always ask for help from anyone, basically.
My advice, join